Hello， 大家好，我係阿天，我哋翻嚟繼續玩福爾摩斯啦。咁咧，我哋上一集咧就講到回憶下先。其實我都唔係好記得，但係咧，我記得我哋嗰個遺跡嗰度咧係已經玩晒㗎啦。其實應該，即係我哋嗰個咩象牙肉嗰個咧，考古學嗰個位咧。啲嘢已經 check 晒，我記得我係 check 晒先至完嘅。上一集係，我哋翻去睇下嗰個男朋友有冇啲咩 update 先啦。係啊，有陣時都唔知道下一個 step 做咩噶嘛。睇下有冇啲故事劇情發展，好似冇喎。佢喺乜度啊？佢個人，大家等一陣，我去睇翻啲案卷。去睇下我哋要做啲咩先啊！嗱，我翻嚟係啱嘅，執咗嚿嘢啦。咦，就收集咗所有證據喎，即係我哋唔使翻嚟噶咯喎。睇下先啊，我哋攞咗個可以我哋扮發情嘅大笨象聲音，無角。咦，我哋要去揾莉莉夫人喎。因為上次整衫嗰個啊，嗰個呢要我哋扮呢扮路嗰個阿嬸啊，咁佢要幫我哋去整嘢啊，整個特殊娃娃喎，唔知咩嚟喎，是但咯。咁我哋要去翻睇翻個地址先，CASE路同埋呢一個嘅聖三一道，係呢間係嘛
？Good day, madam. I've come to you with a special requirement. The tailors on the street can't help me, I'm afraid. Could you make a doll for me?
Oh, Senor Holmes. You taught the police how to do their job, and they found the thief. Of course I will help you. But what sort of doll? A child's doll, such as my great niece might play with?
A little larger than your typical doll.
Signore, I don't understand. Boy, girl, animal, and what color?
Animal, a passionate, perhaps amorous animal.
Ah, Signore, you talk in riddles. I am an old lady who's seen it all. Tell me what you need.
I need a life-size elephant.
I think Mrs. Nini outdid herself with this one. Is that a tail?
That's a trunk, John, but I must agree with you that it's her masterpiece.
Well, let's not waste any time.
我哋係整咗隻大笨象嘅 doll， 應該其實就係假扮，即係應該係喺佢身上面噴咗啲香水，跟住有可能用嗰個霧角整啲聲，然之後引阿哥利亞出嚟，要去吉爾登嘅原道啲煤做燃料，然之後將佢充氣，又要揾翻吉爾登嘅屋企，好似我哋屋企隔離啊嘛，係咪呢度？係呢度吉爾登。講少少廢話，我發覺呢，大家好似中意睇我玩模擬市民多啲嗰個 view 數。我見到大家唔知點解對福爾摩斯好似冇乜興趣。其實我以為福爾摩斯大家會開心啲嘅睇得，因為故事劇情豐富啲啊嘛。模擬市民係睇我低能嘅咗，成件事係，即係真係睇我點樣，因為模擬市民冇故事噶嘛。咁但係冇估到原來大家係中意睇模擬市民多啲。都唔緊要嘅，其實兩隻 game 我中意玩嘅，只不過有陣時玩得太多模擬市民咧，即係太多冇劇情嘅嘢，就會好想玩啲有劇情嘅嘢咯。所以呢隻 game 我諗我會玩到爆機。誒，係咪開始播啊？
What's the plan? I hope it all doesn't go horribly wrong.
We know that the elephant is seeking a female. We can arrange that. A doll with the appropriate scent might do miracles.
So you're a marriage broker. Well, I suppose that makes me a groomsman. Oh, she is a bit breezy, I must say.
Well, Goliath is eager for a single female elephant in his area. It should be just enough for his taste. You'll need to trust me.
Are we ready? I can't stand the tension.
We're ready. Let's call the elephant.
哇，咁多個 option 嘅，邊個先係啊？如果我算你的鼻子很好看，你會用它抱緊我嗎？
How could anyone resist?
唔啱喎，咁搞笑嘅喂！你喜歡葡萄乾嗎？可以和你約個會嗎？好搞笑，佢幫佢啲聲都配埋，即係配埋字幕嘅喎。 即係我哋要撞到其中一個啱為止喎。請留給我一個難忘的夜晚，得唔得啊？
Too bad I'm not an elephant.
哇！佢全部都好 flat 啊，點解唔啱啊？如果你是一隻雞，那就完你了。咩意思
Take your
啊？
time, Sherry.
我仲有邊個未試啊？好似試晒咯喎！我在這兒，你的另外兩個願望是什麼？有用未啊？喂！
That deserves a slap. And then a kiss.
And here's our love
哎，得啦得啦得啦！隻象啊，哇，好乸型啊！有隻大笨象係喺條路度行緊。哇！佢真係相信嗰個公仔就係佢嘅伴侶，厲害厲害！莉莉夫人果然厲害。咁啊，我哋而家捉到阿哥利亞咯喎，咁問題解決噶咯喎。
Why are you bringing it here? I won't allow you to leave it.
I assure you that it is only a temporary measure. It won't be long until the elephant is gone, I promise you.
呢隻象係翻咗嚟喎，我以為佢去咗嗰啲動物園啊、差館啊、是但嘅地方，點解翻咗嚟呢度啊？黐線！我隻象好似都唔係好大嘅喎，係嘛？個比例上好似唔係好大。哇！你受傷啊，陰公豬！
It injured itself while running through the forest. Peaceful and compliant, almost a gentleman. The left tusk is larger and more worn. You're a left-tusked elephant. 哇！佢俾人打毒針啊！ Something in the needle. A feathered fletching. This might be promising.
佢係咪俾人射咗支毒針啊？跟住又就即刻唔開心啊，所以先至踢瓜咗啊邊個吉爾登？
Want to talk about the elephant in the yard?
睇下先，跟住咦？我以為多咗個嗰啲證據嗰啲添。唉，又玩化學嘢。哦，呢個簡單啦，呢個。飛鏢上有番木嘟鹼嘅痕跡，用量可以殺死一個人類，但係又唔夠殺死大笨象。但係咁樣可能激嬲咗佢。可能是亞瑟或者保羅向哥利亞射飛鏢，係咯，佢兩個都有好大嫌疑啊！有人利用了哥利亞，一個不知名嘅第三者故意向哥利亞射毒針，令佢攻擊吉爾登。亦都有人試圖保護西奧多，一個不知名嘅第三者意圖向射毒針保護西奧多。哦，咁應該似係想殺阿吉爾登多啲啊嘛？可能是哥利亞殺了西奧多。有結論未啊？大家？誒，出咗結論喎！咦，咁樣係出咗結論喎？哥利亞殺死咗西奧多，處決哥利亞定係拯救哥利亞？即係話，如果我去揀哥利亞，即係有人利用哥利亞咧，係出唔到結論嘅。但係如果我揀咗係哥利亞突然間想殺西奧多，然之後有人想救吉爾登咧，咁就出咗呢個結論。一係咧就揀殺咗哥利亞，一係就應該係揀放生佢嘅。即係因為始終係隻動物啦，喺度寫，即係動物都好難免會有機會傷害到人類嗰啲啦。咁我哋梗係拯救哥利亞啦，係嘛？我哋冇理由處決噶嘛。但係呢，係咪其實係咪唔係淨係得呢一個結局㗎？會唔會其實我哋證據未揾到啊？因為我其實我個人呢，我自己咧就覺得其實應該係有人想殺吉爾登，然之後就借啲意就走咗去即係用阿哥利亞咧去可能踢死阿邊個嘅。咁但係如果咁樣 set 嘅話咧，係乜都出唔到咯。嗱，我想快啲破案，唔知點解係。點解個思維殿堂喺度斬下嘅？仲有嘢咩？誒， 喂，神奇喎，出咗新嘢喎！突然間有哥利亞可能是被激怒，或者係哥利亞殺咗西奧多。手頭大象哥利亞可能係逃脫而襲擊咗西奧多。新嘅發展喎，呢個係，但係呢個知道咗嚟咁點呢？呢個其實大家一早都知㗎啦喎，唔使去講㗎喎。我覺得呢兩個都其實冇乜分別啊。佢激嬲咗佢，然之後佢走佬都冇乜關係㗎。處決係咪都係處決哥利亞嘅啫喎？無論我點揀都好。中間呢個算呢個呢？咦？我又有呢個走出嚟喎，咩嚟㗎？保羅派克斯殺死咗西奧多吉爾登。而家變咗保羅係殺咗哥利亞，唔係保羅係殺咗邊個？然之後其實都係哥利亞都係要睇下處決定係釋放。咁樣啊？哇！呢個劇情，咦？喂，已經有第三個結局嘅。而家變咗阿瑟。其實我自己揀嘅啫喎，即係睇我個心情揀阿瑟啊，定係揀開阿保羅刀？我覺得可能我哋證據未足夠嘛，應該可以用啲咩排除法咧，嗰啲乜嘢咧，去即係去決定究竟係邊一個先係真正嘅兇手。
I don't have any thoughts on this.
Have you seen what your father sent to Paul?
This is despicable. My father was never a gentleman, but this crosses the line. I knew that father wasn't fond of Paul, but this is just awful. If only he could have seen how good Paulie is to me.
Are you aware that Paul smuggles drugs for a dangerous gang?
Mr. Holmes, I've already told you. I call him a pirate in play. He's not an actual pirate. He's a champion and a brave gentleman, not a thug.
Let us agree to disagree on that. But don't be surprised if one of his clients knocks on your door. I have to leave you for now.
嘥咗啲時間同佢傾偈，但係我覺得啲資訊冇乜用。係咪要再揾下其他人啊？傾下偈，傾多幾個。臨決定之前應該要傾清楚，究竟有冇啲咩蛛絲馬跡。一嚟就開佢拖㗎咯喎。
I forgot I left some stones unturned.
即係冇得傾偈喎。咁點呢？咁點算啊？我哋而家其實係我哋應該係揀阿瑟。咦？點解都有得控告嘅？
I forgot I left some stones
我以為我將個結果揀咗唔係佢就可以同佢傾其他偈喎。咁即係話而家其實冇得講噶咯喎，真係決定咯喎，啲證據已經出晒嚟噶咯喎，係我諗唔到點解嘅啫喎。咁我想揀阿瑟多啲咯。
You are guilty, Mr. Swift. Killing Theodore Gilden was a testing challenge. You succeeded.
What makes you think I'm somehow involved in Gilden's death? My partner's death, I might remind you.
Your dart uses strychnine to kill rodents at the site, is that correct?
Well, yes, that is its purpose.
The same dart with strychnine was found on Goliath. The very same substance is a powerful stimulant. It causes convulsions, a flow of energy. You shot Goliath. The elephant became extremely energetic, agitated, and so terrified that it killed its owner. For a man of your age, it was easier to hit a larger grey target than a small man.
You said it yourself. Goliath killed Theodore, and your strychnine speculations are absurd. Only athletes use it as a stimulant, not elephants.
True, but one dart of strychnine would not be enough to kill the elephant, and you knew it. You were there when Theodore Gilden died.
Nonsense. I visited him many times, but I wasn't there when the elephant killed him.
Then I must have made a mistake, because the murderer met Goliath's rage personally. The perpetrator was hit by the gate and thrown into the shed. Your bruise matches the contour of the broken hole. One further detail is that the murderer had a bosun's knife, fairly useful in a place where one might cut ropes and fabric, such as, I don't know, the dig site?
That's your interpretation of the facts, Mr. Holmes. You've simply aligned them to suit your hypothesis.
It's not a hypothesis once proven, it's theory, Mr. Swift. Let me tell you a story. A man spends almost 5 years of his life locating an artifact. He puts every ounce of energy and money into his research. The same man even goes so far as to sign a contract with a ruthless man, a businessman. It was a risk, but the reward would be worth it. Years go by and there's still no result, so the businessman decides to end the man's research. He spits on the research, he promises to bury the site under an eccentric project. All of this is just his whim. Theodore Gilden could do anything he wanted with this place, and you were anxious about the fate of your research. You wished to protect it. You tried to tame Gilden's eccentricity, but you killed him instead.
Theodore wasn't trying to sabotage my career. We had a disagreement, but it wasn't as dire as you describe it. He wasn't a pleasure to talk to, but killing him? Nonsense.
Theodore Gilden was a capricious man, extremely impulsive. But the cold-blooded nature of your plan makes you even more dangerous. You feel nothing. You show no remorse. It was simply a calculated move. And that is why you are under arrest.
Nothing. You have nothing on me.
I think I'll let the police decide if my findings are substantial enough for prosecution.
This is all a dreadful mistake. This can't be happening. The elephant killed Theodore.
Goliath is innocent and he should be free. He is not the real murderer here. That is the apex of your career, Mr. Swift. Farewell.
I told you Mr. Swift was not a real archaeologist. He was a murderer. I knew there was something wrong with him.
Fortunately for us, being a murderer was not his profession. And about the elephant.
While you were busy, I've dealt with it. No thanks to you. I asked you to solve this wretched problem, but you didn't.
I couldn't be in two places at once, Miss Gilden. I was catching your father's murderer. But how have you dealt with it?
A man agreed to take the elephant away. He came to me asking for permission to relocate it to his property, and I accepted.
Well, congratulations, I suppose. That is one less problem.
Actually, two, Mr. Holmes. I found my father's possessions that you can take with you and disappear.
I appreciate it, truly.
Well, someone has to do something. Take everything if you need to, and leave me be.
Take care of yourself, Miss Gilden.
我覺得呢個女人好冇禮貌咯，好不可一世咯，超唔中意佢咯。幫佢查案，幫佢揾翻邊個殺咗佢老豆，但係佢可以講嘢係覺得我哋係好似即係總之我覺得好唔 OK 啊！呢個女人 very bad， 一件屬於我家族的東西。親愛的西奧多，你知道我高度珍惜我們彼此之間的友誼，我們有着相同的不安分靈魂，在艱難的時候獲得你嘅包容支持。然而我不是盲嘅，也會不會裝模作樣。我知道對我感情更加投入。原諒我西奧多，但我對你係冇嗰種感覺嚇。趁現在還來得及，我哋避免受單相思嘅痛苦，而家有條頸鏈作為紀念我哋探險嘅禮物。哇！冇意識到你對我嘅感情，我哋嘅友誼嘅終點，我諒解，但我真心希望我哋繼續可以有對話合作仁慈。竟然係咁！
My mother always wore this around her neck until one day it disappeared. I was wondering where it went. She said it was a birthday present from a good friend.
好 surprise 喎！原來佢哋嘅關係係咁樣嘅喎。
I just had another glimpse of a memory, John. It's fuzzy, but I'm sure it happened somewhere in the manor.
Finally moving forward. Shall we go?
我諗起件事，見到有人伸手將鎖匙，其實收咗去口袋。有一道門正在關閉，門後係一個女人嘅縮影。嗰扇門嘅喺2樓某個地方，記得附近有一面鏡子。 我哋其實可以收工，不過我想睇埋呢度先，我哋返屋企。真係好鬼恐怖，可唔可以開燈？睇下先，我哋要揾到嗰塊
You
鏡。
know, I envy you, Sherry. You can talk to other people and they won't ignore you.
And I envy you. You can ignore any person you're bored with. You don't miss out on much. Most men are dull, unlike yourself.
Well, I'm flattered.
喺呢度啦嘛？點解嚟到但係冇反應喎？
I had a surprise for my mother. I was holding an ancient Greek vase, or rather, quite a big piece of it. You had a shovel with you, John. I remember now. We dug up the vase from Greek ruins here on Cordona, and were eager to show my mother right away. For some reason, the door was closed. We knocked.
But nobody answered. We thought that she was busy.
So we left the vase and ran downstairs. I decided to gather some archaeological tools in order to take a closer look at the vase.
But then we heard something, didn't we?
Yes. It came from upstairs.
The vase was broken, shards scattered all over the floor. And your mother was standing at the door.
Indeed, John. I doubt it was her. Let me concentrate. Otto Richter was standing there, furious at us. Dr. Richter told us never to disturb my mother when the door is closed. He said she had broken the vase.
But we didn't believe him. I bet he smashed it.
哇！我哋破解咗道門啊，好犀利啊！
Her things are still here.
Presumably Mycroft never felt the need to sort through it all.
Or couldn't bring himself to.
No. He would have put it behind him and moved on. My brother is not one for sentimentality.
呢間房應該係佢以前個媽個睡房啦。茶杯同報紙都仲喺度。1865年，著名考古學家、鑑定家、歷史學家西格爾莫蘭福爾摩斯過世，年僅41歲。佢突然間心臟病發，醫生盡咗最大能力，喺晚上6點20分過世。呢份報紙係正係佢老豆死過嗰一日嗰份報紙嚟嘅。
It's a strange feeling to read about my father's death in the newspaper. I can't recall anything.
太細個，冇乜嘢記得。1869年3月25號，檢查記錄，為咗一封風景畫，佢疾病發展得很快，甚至可能已經影響咗佢嘅視力。哇！做鑽孔手術，好恐怖喎！哇！1860幾年嘅講緊嘅鑽孔手術，感覺上係好恐怖嘅一件事。
Feeling of loss.
即係感覺上好似真係有個刨喺度，即係係咯。以前嗰啲手術係咁恐怖噶嘛，
It's so sad.
悲劇。
I'm
而
sorry.
家就好好多，但係而家科技嘅發展。Suitcase，哇！呢啲係醫生用嗰啲啊。觀察日記，病人喺睡眠問題，有焦慮症，仲有輕微嘅記憶混亂。呢個係佢阿媽以前嗰個時候嗰個醫生記錄，都病得幾嚴重噶喎。 即係記憶又混亂啦，又開始會有啲嬲啊、攻擊性嘅行為啊。咁難怪佢要將佢即係韞喺間房度，綁在床上，增加咗藥物嘅劑量。嗰個年代可能已經其實呢啲其實已經冇得救㗎啦。
No labels. I doubt it ever had one. There appear to be residues of the bottle's contents at the bottom.
Do you think the doctor could have used these tools here? I hope not.
睇完其實都唔知我嚟做乜。我哋睇埋呢間房之後就
This room always reeked with
結束啦，
an
今
acrid
集。
medicinal stench. And here is the reason. This picture was drawn by my mother. I recognize her hand. There's a date on it, 8th of December, 1868. This seems a bit odd. I can recognize my mother's style, but it's far too sloppy. Dated 12th of February, 1869. It's difficult to tell what this is meant to represent. There's no date at all.
係佢阿媽。個醫生都話佢呢啲記憶啊嗰啲嘢呢開始越差，所以見到佢啲畫作呢由好靚去到開始麻麻地，最後尾其實認唔到係咩嚟。
Just doesn't look right.
應該係綁住佢阿媽，可能真係有攻擊性，驚佢發癲。Potassium
Seems this was the most
bromide
frequently used medication.
bromide 唔知喎，藥啊。
1 dram dissolved in a glass of water, administered daily. Not to exceed 1 dose in 24 hours, not to be given to children.
「佢俾西格爾嘅信嚟嘅喎，希望身體健康，請原諒我缺乏耐心。孩子們需要父親在身邊陪伴。大家都好掛住你，以防萬一冇收到，我告訴你，我已經搬到科爾多納，請快啲回來。1869年嘅2月喎，哇好慘喎！佢係已經唔記得咗佢老公掛咗喎，佢老公1865年啊嘛，好似頭先65年已經香咗啦嘛。
I would love to take a bath right
啊，好
now.
核突啊！個浴
Not this
缸。
one. Surface corrosion suggests it was prone to extreme temperature fluctuations.
醫學目
For
的
medical purposes, I suppose.
可能係浸藥。哇！咩聲？有啲怪聲嘅。
My mother loved flowers. They made her smile. I remember we would bring a new bouquet every week to make her a bit happier.
That's why we collected all the violet flowers we could find on the island. Look what I found! The White King is under attack. Sherry, can you save him and checkmate the opponent in one move?
哇！要同佢捉棋啊！西洋棋我唔係好叻嘅喎，係咪遲啲先玩得唔得啊？我哋睇晒啲嘢未啊？係咪已經全部睇晒啊？一場很久之前就開始嘅比賽。細個嗰陣時係玩靜，化學嘢。吓？係源自於蘑菇嘅迷幻藥嚟嘅喎，點解會有迷幻藥嘅？定還是嗰陣時係攞嚟做醫藥用途㗎？唉，佢好想同我捉棋啊！點捉啊？撤退以拯救，與主教一起保衛國王。
Oh, nice move.
嚇
You saved the king and checkmated the black king with the rook.
我求其撳嘅啫喎，無端端贏咗，傻咯！實力嘅表現。
You're not obliged to be here, Sherry. We can leave anytime you want.
好啦，呢間房好似暫時都睇晒啦，所有緊要嘢都俾我哋睇晒啦。咁我哋今集就玩到呢度先啦。如果大家中意呢個系列嘅，記得俾個 like 或者 share 俾啲朋友啦。如果想繼續睇下其他影片，記得 subscribe 埋啦。我哋下一集再翻嚟繼續玩福爾摩斯啦。拜拜。